trying to mess around. No one's there live, are they? To tell us if there's an echo?
No.
Bummer. Because I
All good.
can't.
It was good last time.
Huh?
It was good last time.
Okay. But I was in a different place last time. So, oh well, we're doing it. We're going live. We're making it happen.
Oh yeah, I hope it doesn't pick up on the microphone. Okay, anyway. Birthday episode. Who starts these usually? Does the birthday person?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, go for
I
it.
can do this because it's too loud. Here, I'll go. Sorry. No, but I don't know if they're gonna hear me. They'll hear me from over here, right? Maybe. Can you hear me from over there? Can you turn up your cell phone for a second to see?
It didn't turn down, so yeah, I can hear you.
You can still hear me. Okay, perfect. Hi over there. Here I am. Okay, I'll start. Welcome back to another episode of the In Raw Life podcast. This is a super special episode because it's Jessica's birthday. Happy birthday, Jessica. Happy birthday, Jessica. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Jessica.
And the funny thing, fun fact,
oh,
the day that this is airing was the day I was supposed to be born.
Ooh, today's your due date.
But,
no, not today.
But I came early because that's my style.
That is your style. I think I came late. I don't know. No, actually, I think I came early. I don't know. I'm gonna ask my mom. You know what? I used to be late. Now I'm early. So it could really go either way.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So the way that these birthday episodes go is that the birthday person, aka Jessica, gets to pick whatever topic she wants without me getting to say a dang word about it. Because not only can I not say anything about it, I don't even freaking know what it is, which is so fun and so exciting. I think it's the most fun to be like on the other side where you don't know what it is and like the suspense is exciting. So anyway, Jessica, tell me, what is the theme for today?
So this was a hard year because I have pregnancy brain and a million things going on in my head. So I know that there's even another topic that came up. And I was like, oh, that'd be really good. No clue what that was. There was two ideas. I feel like the other one, I was like, ooh, that like we could talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
No clue. So this one though is really awesome. And I like it because I was having a lot of thoughts about it the other day, which those thoughts have gone. So I'm sure other things will come up.
Yeah, naturally.
But it also, I feel like it kind of fits into our self-care theme.
Yeah.
In a sense. So I like that. So I sent you an Instagram reel the other day. And it was funny because this reel came up when I was already having the same idea and thought. Mm-hmm. And then this reel popped up from someone who I follow all the time anyway. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, this is really fun. And she's validating me and she thinks and works so differently from me. So it was that reel from Elise Myers where she was like, the Nike campaign, just do it, but like for normal people.
Yeah.
Non-athletes or CEOs or whatever.
Yes.
Because it really is like, I feel like it's a form of self-care. That
just doing it. Okay.
Blank, like just do it. Oh. She was like, just do it scared. Just do it anxious. Just do it overwhelmed. Like those kind of things. Because people think, oh, well, like they're going to let whatever the inserted word is stop them from just doing it, which is valid. And I understand their point. But at the same time, any time in my life, like these are the thoughts I saw that I had before I even saw that reel, where all the things, like all of the wonderful things in my life I have done, like I've gotten them because I just did it scared, overwhelmed, anxious, terrified, fearful, out of like has no control, whatever that is, which is so against how I like was wired. Like growing up, I didn't just do things with the unknown feeling. Yeah. And then once I started doing that, wonderful things came to me. like life got so much better. And so I feel like that is one, a form of self-care, because you're taking care of yourself by doing the things that actually get you to what you actually want, or things you didn't even know you wanted.
So
that was
just to clarify on the reel for people who haven't seen it, what it is it's Elise Myers. She's the girl who talks about the tacos, her date with 100 tacos. She's hilarious.
I don't think I've seen that one.
That's how she got her start. Oh my gosh, you have to scroll back to the very beginning. It's amazing. Like, it's amazing. Anyway, she's really funny, and the way she just like presents things in life it's fantastic. But so she was saying to Nike just randomly, like, hey guys, you need to make this campaign, because the thing is right now, just do it, everybody associates with athletes. Like, just do it because you're super strong, or because you're athletic, or because you can lift an exorbitant amount of weight that nobody else can. And she's like, no, like, I love wearing your shoes, but I'm a normal everyday Joe. So why don't you speak to us by saying, just do it like scared, like Jessica was saying, just do it scared, just do it anxious, just do it overwhelmed, because like that's real life. That's what real life is all about. And so, yeah. And like, just like Jessica said, you can use that underline to stop you from everything. And then you're going to sit in the same spot. And in 5 years from now, you're going to be like, well, shit, I'm in the same spot I was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I did that
Maybe
for a long
now
time.
I should make a difference. What?
I did that for a long time. Like when I was having this thought before I even saw her reel, I was like, okay, when I was married, before I even had a kid, I was just like half living in a sense, because I was just floating along. Okay, I'm married to a military guy. It's like things are taken care of, like all the necessities are taken care of. We were living in an area where I didn't necessarily like want any of the jobs there. So I didn't work, and I was just kind of floating along and like following whatever that life was going to hand me, versus just doing things, because I was too scared to like reach out or try something new or whatever, insert whatever. But like once I started stepping into just doing it, like the current day job that I have, I was like I had to like leave a voice message, and I was like, oh, I have to leave a voice message. And I almost let that stop me. And I was like, just freaking do it, Jessica. Like that is.
Oh, you mean to get the job?
Like to apply. Like that was part of the application. And I was like, just freaking do it. Like how, like, what's the word? So like, I was like, okay, these are the few things that I want to say. And then I just like hit record, because you can't go back once you start recording the message. Like it wasn't a pre-recorded thing. So I just did it. And then obviously that's panned out amazingly. Like, you know, and when we first started doing the podcast or going live in our Facebook group or anything like that, there's always like jumble. It's like, okay, just freaking do it. Like, it's okay. Or having a hard conversation with a loved one. It's like, just do it. And then it's going to be better on the other side, no matter what. Or, you know, purchasing a home that I'm doing currently, that is a lot of money all by myself. And I'm like, that's a lot of money. Should I, is this the right decision? It's like, just do it. Just make the decision and just go with it and see what happens. And every time that I've done that, of course, like follow your intuition. Like we've talked about that before too, like follow what's real inside of you. Don't just do everything. But every time that I've followed it and just done it, no matter how I feel, it turns out amazing.
Okay, so I want to break those down because I feel like each of those are so different, but amazing. Okay, so first of all, the first one, you're applying for work, right? Mm-hmm. And that was like 2 years ago at this point?
Yep, 2 years ago.
So we had just started the podcast, so we were just getting fresh on like, you know, speaking, recorded or whatever anyway. And you were super nervous. And then fast forward like a year and a half-ish, now I am applying for the same job, and I had to do the same thing where I had to send a voice memo. And when I sent it, it's hilarious that you said that, because my thought when I sent this was, I could not have done this 2 years ago. Like, because like even like 2 years ago, it like we've changed so much, and we've stepped into, we've done so many uncomfortable things in those 2 years, like separately and together, that it has shaped us to where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna send a voice memo. Whereas like I couldn't have, like a year ago, I would have done the same thing. I would have been like, okay. I probably would have been like practicing it because you can't go back, whereas this, I'm just like, hey, nice to meet you, or like, whatever, it was great. And they got me the job. And so
Yeah.
it's like, it's funny because you had to step into it scared, but now if you were to do it again today, you could do the exact same thing 100 times over and not be scared, because once you overcome that scared, like the scared is
Get to the
scared. Do
other
you remember
side.
that video?
Yes.
Scared
Oh,
is scared.
oh,
The scared is
that
scared
was
of
my
things
favorite.
you like. Is that what it was? The scared is scared of things you like. Yes, the scared is scared of things you like. That's what it was. The whole,
Oh,
the
what was
moral
his
of the
name?
story.
He had such a good name.
Asa.
Asa. Yeah.
Asa
Yeah.
Bear.
This was like over 10 years ago, because I know it's before I had a kid, and I was like, oh, I hope my kid is this cool.
Yeah.
And it was, Asa Bear and Toby Mouse. If you can look that up, it was like only on Vimeo or something. It was somebody's college, like
It was like
thesis
her
final project thing, who was
It
a
was.
filmmaker. And she borrowed her, she asked if she could use her friend's kid to tell her a story. And then she took that like 10-minute story and made it into a little tiny movie, like short movie. And it was like the most touching thing. I've watched it over and over again, and I'm glad that we brought it up again. So I'll probably watch it again today, because it's just like hearing this 8-year-old's wisdom about, like, you don't have to be scared. Like the scared is scared. So just do it.
Yep. Yeah. He said the scared is scared of things you like. So whenever he's scared, he thinks of everything he loves. Pizza, chocolate chip cookies. Like, I don't even remember all of them, but like jumping in a pool, I think was something.
Yeah.
And that was, it was so wise at such a young age. It's incredible. And I think that's it. Like the scared is scared. So once you face that scared, once you like are like, okay, here I go, the scared kind of falls back and realize that, like, sometimes sure it still can come up, but it's not nearly as heavy once you overcome it, because then you realize it's actually not a big deal. It's not a big
think
deal.
about those like good things on the other side of it, like chocolate chip cookies or whatever, or getting to own your own home for the first time, or getting to like learn
Have
from
your
a new
dream
job,
job.
whether it's what you're going to stick with forever or a few years or whatever that may look like, but like you're always going to get something out of it. So like even with that job, I just moved in with Jed, and I didn't, he was doing the, like, you don't like take your time, find the right job. Like I'll take care of you. It's fine. But I'd been there before as a military wife. And I was like, I'm more scared of being complacent again. So I'm going to do this thing that scares me because I want the other side of that.
Yeah. Yes. And I think that's the breaking point. Like when you get to that point where you're like, I can't do this anymore, because if you continue to do it, you will be in the same place 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now.
Yeah.
But once you have to take those steps to transform, like to change your path or change your trajectory. Otherwise it's going to be the exact same. And you're going to be 80 thinking like, what the heck did I do with my life? I lived most of it overwhelmed. I was stressed out about my family and kids. I didn't even enjoy my family and kids while they were young. And now my relationship with them is rocky because whatever, I've just been a mess my whole life. Or you can make the change right now, today, and embrace the scared, because usually the scared is holding you back from doing something that is incredible with your life, something that's going to totally change and transform your life. And most likely the lives of others. One of my favorite things I found out recently, I might've said it on the podcast before, I'm sure I've told you already, Jessica, is how Bruce Springsteen gets butterflies before every show. Freaking Bruce Springsteen is the boss. He has changed lives around the world, right? He changed, like, my entire family is moved by every Bruce Springsteen song, right? Like, he's amazing. And he gets butterflies before he goes on stage. And every time he goes on stage, it's life-changing for people. Like, it really is. The words he says are like powerful and moving and transformative for people. And that fear is holding him back from making that difference for people. but he pushes through. He goes out there and he has an incredible show every time. And he
And I
says,
think that's awesome too. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, he says when he feels that nerve, that's when he knows he's ready, because that's when he knows this is going to be incredible.
And I think that's awesome too, that like somebody who's that big still gets it. Cause that's also sharing like, hey, like I'm not some superhuman powerful being that just can do whatever. Like he even still gets butterflies. I remember when, when I used to do a lot of stage stuff, I always had butterflies. Like I loved what I was doing, but I always had butterflies and like that little inkling of like, oh man, I have to go to the bathroom last second, even though I really didn't have to.
Yeah.
Because it was just like that, whatever inside. And then you go give like the best performance ever because I don't
running
know.
through you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I think is so cool, is like the scared, it runs through your veins. Like it makes you powerful. Like we need that scared feeling to help us become the best version of ourselves. So like then to break down one of the other things you said, buying your house, right? Like, yeah, it's super scary. Buying a house is freaking scary. And you're like, what if I move in and the air conditioning breaks and the floor falls through and whatever, you've got all these thoughts, but really this house is way better than your current living situation times like 100. It's beautiful. It's got a backyard that your daughter and son get to run around in and live life in. Like that's incredible. But the fear is like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. But like in a year from now, once you've done it, you'll be sitting on your back porch, drinking a margarita or an iced coffee and being like, damn it, I freaking did it. And thank God I did.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about moving to New Jersey. That was a year ago. I can't believe it's only like I've already been here for a year. And yet it feels like I've not been here at all. And it feels like I've been here my whole life because this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I did it. I did the thing that I was scared to do. And it's freaking amazing. And every day I say like, it's another beautiful day in New Jersey. And I thank God that I live here because it is. It's like we're living out our dream lives just by playing in the backyard in the pool or going to a minor league game. Like this is my dream. I'm living it because I embrace the scared.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Something you even said made me think. I was just telling a friend the other day, and then I have a meme saved that I like similar to this too, but it's like the change is going to happen. Like you're going to start doing things scared when you're tired of your own shit. Basically, like you have to be so tired of whatever is to be able to do that. So let us, like, if you are, but you're not quite there yet to get over the hump, like, let us give you that fuel and power to do the thing. And like, even back to the reel, she was saying, she's like, Nike should make the ad where it's like, it does like their typical thing, like the athlete getting ready for a big game. And then it switches to someone with like anxiety who's just trying to amp themselves up to brush their teeth that day. And it's like, that's okay. Like it can even be teeny tiny things. Like the little things build up to prove to yourself how fully capable of doing things scared, overwhelmed, anxious you are.
Yeah. Yeah. And no matter, like, it doesn't really matter where you are because you can be at any level. You could be at the level where like you're just about to buy a house. So it's like, just that's a big thing that you're scared of. Or it could be at the level where like you're still nervous to go out in public because we've been inside for 2 years and it's a weird thing. Like it doesn't matter where you're at. It's like we've had a crazy ass 2 past years. So however you feel is totally fine. Like it doesn't matter if you're afraid to tie your shoe because of whatever reason, because the past 2 years have been a joke. So you could be afraid of anything right now. No judgment, like no judgment.
Yes.
But the thing is you've got to take the steps, and the more you take those steps, the easier they become. And you don't have to go out big. Like, if you're afraid to go in public, you don't need to go like to a mosh pit, maybe not a great idea. Right. But you can start small by like going to a farmer's market, it's outdoors and hopefully not too busy if you hit the timing right, find little things that like feel more comfortable, like they're a little scary. And like taking those little scared steps lead to bigger things. Like, for example, going back to the voice memo, right? Like okay, so first of all, filming a podcast was kind of scary, but at least it's just like, it's just Jess and I, like nobody else can hear us right now. And we can edit any of this out. I could say shlookity blookity blookity and totally edit it out.
And we just tacked it on the end as a blooper.
But so like, that wasn't too scary, but then like sending a live voice memo to a stranger that determines your fate. Okay. A little bit more scary, but then like, now in this job, Jessika and I have to call strangers every day and set them up for sales calls, which a year ago, I did not like to call. I didn't like making phone calls. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is so nerve wracking. And I'd get like fluttered. And now like we both got a call at 9 when we're done filming or done recording this. And I'm not like, whatever, I could go to 8:55 and be like, all right, next,
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even the first few of those, it was like, okay, like you've talked to people before. It's fine. Okay. Hit like send. Even like, I mean, I was the person, and I think a lot of us are this person. We just didn't used to talk about it. Like, I didn't even like calling to like make appointments or to call a store to say like order pizza or whatever, because I as much of a people person as I am, I didn't like that interaction. And now it's like, why? Just go, just get the things done. Like even I think like with like buying the house process or like hiring movers or whatever, anything, I'm like, okay, I have to make this phone call. I said I was gonna make this phone call. I don't feel like making this phone call for whatever reason, but I want the outcome. So I'm gonna make this phone call and just like why wait? Like just get it done.
Yeah. And that's so true. What, like just getting it done, because then you're done. It's like,
and then you don't have to think about it.
Phone calls.
You don't have to be scared about it. Overwhelmed.
Because exactly. Like if you knock it out first thing, then you don't have to think about it anymore. But if you wait and say like, okay, I'll do it at 4:00 tonight. Well, then you're going to be thinking about it until 4:00. So just freaking do it. I don't know what it is with us millennials. What the hell is wrong with us that we can't do phone calls?
I don't know.
My mom can get on the phone anytime. I'm like, people in their 50s, they're like, what's the big deal? And us millennials,
and it's not like we grew up texting. Like that didn't come until our later teens.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like the adulthood. As an adult, you learn how to make phone calls, and we did not, because that's when we
were in a weird phone came out. Oh,
sorry. There were 2 other things you said in the middle. One was talking to family, and there was one other one. I don't remember what it was. Doing scared. Do you remember?
Asking the wrong person right now.
I figured. Well, I guess we'll just go to the only one I remember then, which is talking to family
or loved ones. Yeah,
a loved one. Yeah, like about something big and scary. I know that it can seem scary, or it can seem like, oh, maybe it's not my place or whatever, but you also never know how much of a difference you can make by letting someone know that they don't have to continue on the path that they're in. Like if someone's like if you want to talk to a family member or loved one because of something, obviously something is not great in their life, and they don't know it, or they've accepted it as like, this is the way it is. And so if you like, maybe they'll hate you for it, but at least you can sleep at night, like it's an uncomfortable conversation, but like I've done them before. And a lot of times it's met with love and appreciation and gratitude that like you care about them. And then whatever decision they make, that's up to them. Like you don't get to control their ultimate decision, but just say like in a supportive, non-judgmental, non-aggressive way, let people know that you love them and care about them, and that you will support them in their journey towards stepping out of the uncomfort zone, or getting help in the stepping out of their comfort zone, or getting help in the discomfort. So,
well, yeah, like there's that, or I even meant like if there's something going on between you and somebody, or there's something that you're feeling going on. But again, it's the same outcome. It's like express yourself in a mature, non-judgmental, like use your therapy words. This is making me feel blank. And allow, you can't control the outcome on the other side, but you know that you've expressed whatever's going on with you. So that way, like, one, they might not have known what's going on, and they'll hopefully embrace you and like, oh wow, like, you know, they'll be better. The relationship will be better because you both know and understand now.
Mhm.
And two, like, you could have a great outcome from it. Like, you might get what you actually wanted sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because when you're like, if you're holding things back, you're holding things back to people please.
Mhm.
And it's the
That's
same
just
as
being
like,
scared.
what?
Yeah, that's again just being scared. Like, you're too
Yeah.
scared of whatever the worst outcome might be.
And we talk about this a lot too with like your time management. When you're saying yes to too many things to people please, it's not serving either of you because
Mhm.
these people are now not able to do things themselves and you're drained. And it's
Mhm.
the same with you not having these conversations. Like now you guys are both living in a strange situation where neither of you are comfortable. And if you just have the conversation, you'll both be in a better place. So
Yeah.
it's okay to do it. Don't do it scared. Just
Do it
do it
scared.
scared, baby.
Do it scared, like Elise Myers and everybody else in the world. And yeah, and Asa Bear.
And Ace the Bear. Oh man. Well, Jessica, thank you for picking this topic. I really loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I was like legit before I saw that reel, I was like, the reason I am at the point in my life that I'm at is because I've just done things.
Mhm.
Like, I take the action even though I'm terrified or overwhelmed or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Good episode. And if you ever think of the other topic, we can either do it for regular or maybe we'll start doing half birthday episodes because these episodes are so much fun.
Half birthday episodes, that would be fun. That would
Yeah.
put us what at
August 28th
yeah,
and
I was gonna say like September, so like yeah, August
yours
and
is
August
December.
and December. That could
Mhm.
be fun.
Good. Hmm. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We're super grateful to have you. We're grateful you keep coming back. Please take a minute to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast because we want this podcast to keep growing. And anytime you love it, it tells the podcasting platforms that you love it and that they should share it with other people who love it too. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. And then also make sure that if you want to be part of the show, you send us what balance means to you to hello@inrawlife.com. And finally, join that Facebook group that we're recording live in now. Hey, Facebook. The link is in the show notes, or you can search Life Balance for Empowered Unstoppable Women on Facebook.
Until next week, I really hope that you go follow Elise Myers because she's amazeballs and watch that video, the Asa Bear and Toby Mouse, the Scared is Scared. Find it. If not, seriously reach out and we will send you a link because
I'll just put it in the show notes. I'll
there
put
we
both
go.
of them in the
Put it
show
in the
notes.
show notes. And pick one thing, whether it's brushing your teeth, making that phone call, talking to that person, or taking some huge leap of faith, and just do it. Insert whatever you're feeling.